What if I told you that one skill that inspires millions, makes billionaires, and drives every movement is the one that was never taught to us? It's not coding, it's not investing, it is storytelling. Why storytelling is the most underrated skill? First thing, you need to understand that everything is a story. Just think about it. Your resume, a story. Your startup pitch is a story. Even your first date is a story. People do not generally tend to remember facts and figures. What connects and what matters is the story itself. People remember stories that make them feel something. The second thing you need to know is storytelling sells. From brands to influencers to politicians, everybody sells stories. Those who can tell the best story wins. Now you might consider Apple having a very superior product and you think, okay, here's a product that sells. But if you think about it, the story is what sells. It's all about their creativity, rebellion, and innovation. Once this is in motion, people connect on an emotional level, and whatever they launch becomes an instant hit. The third thing you need to remember is leadership is all about storytelling. There's a saying that the greatest leaders are storytellers first. Imagine a scenario where you're starting your own company. You have 5 employees. Maybe it's a consumer electronics brand. Now you can't just ask your employees to just go work and sell. You need to paint them a bigger picture, a vision that they can resonate with. Once people are motivated and onboarded onto the story, that's when they are intrinsically inspired and motivated to work towards your goals. So remember that leaders' primary function is to not micromanage employees. It's to sell a vision to its employees so that they feel it's their own idea that they're working on. And most successful companies do the same thing. Coming to the second part, let's try to understand why most people tend to ignore storytelling. The biggest reason is storytelling is invisible. When you're looking for jobs and you look at the job description, let's say on LinkedIn, you don't see companies generally asking to hire storytellers. They use words like leaders, team players, motivated individuals, etc. But if you have to be successful at anything that you do, then you need to be a great storyteller. That's the most fundamental and the underlying thing that drives people. The second thing is because people think it's just for movies. Most people think that storytelling is just for Bollywood, Hollywood, or Sandalwood. But storytelling is about how you sell yourself in an interview, how you personally brand yourself, how do you pitch for funding, or build an audience by creating content. The third reason is because most people focus on the hard skills. Again, going back to the LinkedIn job description example, if you look at what are the skills required, most job descriptions ask you to learn Excel, Python, Java, Tableau, etc., which are all hard skills. But nobody says learn how to tell a story. And that's the missing piece. Now let's try to understand how you can master storytelling. Know your why. Great stories always start with a purpose. Why do you do what you do? If you can answer that, now that's a story worth telling. After 27 years, I've found my why is to create content. I like creating content which educates people, which inspires, or just straight up entertains them. I've been doing it for a while and I finally understood why I need to do this. Create an emotional connection. Facts tell, but stories sell. When people listen to your stories, it could be in any form. It could be an advertisement, it could be a movie, it could be a short video, it could be in the form of a rap music video like how Hanuman Kind does it. If people can connect with whatever you're saying on a fundamental level, that drives them crazy. That makes them want to hear from you more. It creates a sense of excitement, curiosity, or hope in some cases. In a world where everything's so fast and short form driven, if you are able to captivate somebody for more than a minute, I think it's an achievement at this stage. And finally, structure the story. Now, there's a more technical framework called the SB7 or the Story Brand 7 framework. We'll get to that in a different video. But what you need to know is a great story usually has 3 main parts. The beginning, which is also the problem, the middle, which is the struggle, and the ending, which is the solution. Simple, but really powerful when you execute it well. Congratulations if you made it to the end of this video. that means that you're really committed to learn to how to tell a story. Let me give you a challenge. Type your story in the comments. It should contain what you do, why you do it, and the next plan of action that you're going to take. And the entire story should not be exceeding more than 3 to 4 lines. If you want more content on storytelling, personal branding, or just building things in general, then do subscribe and hit that like button.